Hey, what's up everybody? It's Nick Cino from VigilanteDetective.com and welcome to the rock album review for the 5th solo studio album from Richard Ashcroft. It's called Natural Rebel. Natural Rebel is the follow-up to 2016's These People, and Richard Ashcroft obviously is best known for being the frontman of British rock band The Verve. They're best known for, hits like Bittersweet Symphony and Lucky Man and Sonnet and The Drugs Don't Work. And, I'm a big British rock fan, as you can see from my shirt. I've got Richard's buddy here, Liam Gallagher, on my shirt. Oasis is my favorite band of all time and my favorite British rock band. But this isn't about Oasis, it's about Richard Ashcroft. I really do enjoy The Verve. They broke up twice, or 3 times. They broke up in the 90s after Urban Hymns, and then they broke up again in the 2000s after putting out the 4th record. And now Richard Ashcroft is continuing his solo outings with another record. And I've enjoyed some of his solo stuff in the past. His first couple of solo records were strong for me, and I wasn't really sure what to expect from this new record because I haven't really been following Richard over the last couple of years. When it comes to the Richard Ashcroft records that I love, obviously I love his work with The Verve, albums like Northern Soul and Urban Hymns, and then his solo albums, Alone with Everybody, his first solo record is great. Human Conditions, Keys to the World, he's got a lot of great solo material, but I'm sorry to say it isn't on this album. Yes, I found Natural Rebel, just off the bat, I found it to be extremely disappointing. I was expecting a lot more on this record. Let's talk about the songs, okay? Let's talk about some of the highlights for me on this record. There's a song on here called All My Dreams, which I thought was a decent opener. It sets the tone for this record, which has a very different sound than kind of like the Brit rock sound that you know from Richard and his past solo work and with The Verve. This album definitely has more of a country rock feel, something in the vein of Bob Dylan and Tom Petty, a little bit more middle of the road, which is okay, but it doesn't really do him any favors later on in the album. That's How Strong sounds like Neil Diamond. Richard Ashcroft is officially a crooner. One of the songs I really enjoyed on this record was called Born to be Strangers, which is like a really great kind of blues-infused song. Had some really great lead guitar on it that I enjoyed. That was a major highlight of the record for me. A Man in Motion, which was kind of like a decent kind of like rock stomper, was enjoyable. It had a little bit of a Verve vibe to it. Streets of Amsterdam, which I enjoyed. It was a really nice kind of chill song, and it had references to John Lennon and Yoko Ono, which as a Beatles fan, I can dig that. Lowlights for me on this record included pretty much everything else. Birds Fly was a cheesy song. It got better towards the end with like a good refrain, but man, it was a struggle to get through that one. Surprised by the Joy, which is the first single from this record. It had some nice strings on it, but as far as singles go, it left a lot to be desired, especially when you think about all the strong singles that Richard Ashcroft has in his arsenal. That's When I Feel It, which might be one of the worst songs on this record. I'm not going to call it unlistenable, but it's not exactly listenable either. We All Bleed, which was just uninspired. Money Money was the last song on this record. It was the most rocking song on this record, with Richard Ashcroft kind of doing his best Liam Gallagher impression, but for me, this song was too little, too late. I also gotta say that Richard Ashcroft's voice on this record is not that great. I don't know if he's smoking too many cigarettes or if he's had problems with his voice over the last couple of years. It just didn't really have that kind of shine to it that I was hoping it would, and I was really disappointed with this record, the new one from Richard Ashcroft, Natural Rebel. I was hoping for more, and I didn't get it, so I'm going to give the new record from Richard Ashcroft called Natural Rebel a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10? Yeesh. That might be the lowest score I've given to any record so far on the Rock Album Review channel. I'm sorry, Richard, but when you think about, I'm going to compare him to Liam Gallagher and Noel Gallagher, and because they're my Brit rock heroes. Their solo music, especially As You Were and some of Noel Gallagher's albums, there's so many great songs on those records. Like Liam and Noel are at a point in their solo careers that their solo material is so good that we don't need an Oasis reunion. I feel like Richard Ashcroft should just get back with The Verve and go out there and sing all the hits with The Verve, make another new record with them. I just feel like it really isn't cooking on this new record, so I'm going to give the new one from Richard Ashcroft a 4 out of 10. Alright guys, that is it for me. Let me know what you thought of the new Richard Ashcroft record, Natural Rebel, in the comments below. Make sure to like this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your fellow rock fans, your fellow Richard Ashcroft fans, and your fellow Verve fans. I would really appreciate that. Check me out online at VigilanteDetective.com and on Twitter at TheWalkingNick. We'll see you guys in the next rock album review. See you later.